Welcome to another reflection on lesser known, so-called hidden miracles in the scriptures. Under consideration today is the story from the Acts of the Apostles, chapter 20, telling about St. Paul raising a young man named Eutychus from the dead. The name Eutychus means one who is fortunate or lucky. Indeed, he was. The event unfolded close to the end of St. Paul's third missionary journey when he was returning to Jerusalem. He stopped to visit the church community in Troas, a city on the coast of Asia Minor. He spent several days there, and on the eve of his departure, he was preaching and about to celebrate the Eucharist. The people were in a probably large third-floor room, and as it was after dark, lighted by candles. Paul preached for a long time, and a young man who had been sitting by an open window dozed off and fell through the window to the ground below and was found dead. It is important to remember that one of those present, St. Luke, was a physician and would have known death from simply being unconscious. But Paul interrupted his preaching, went to the boy, hugged his body, and declared, "There is life in him." Indeed, as the story ended, Eutychus was indeed alive and well. Few today have heard of this miracle, as we tend not to read Acts very carefully. If we happen to become aware of the event into modern ears, it might appear almost humorous, since many of us have dozed off during lectures. We probably have sympathy for the boy and perhaps blame Paul for being long-winded. Yet Luke included it, and it was certainly not his intent to leave Paul open to ridicule over the ensuing 2,000 years. So today we need to put aside the smirk and seriously consider why the story was included. One obvious reason is it shows Paul as being in continuity with Jesus' healing ministry. Jesus raised people from the dead, and Paul and Peter as well did during after Pentecost. But what of the fortunate Eutychus? His drowsiness should not be seen so much as a reaction to a long homily during a late hour, but as one of many events where falling asleep is actually a failing. Remember the sleepiness of the disciples at crucial times during Jesus' ministry. Remember the foolish virgins at the wedding feast who fell asleep and missed the bridegroom's entrance. Sleepiness is giving way to the body and ignoring the needs of the spirit. Luke includes this miracle, and we should not ignore it, nor let it remain hidden, as it brings us up sharply to the need to pay attention to opportunities to hear the voice of Jesus and do his will. Sleepers awake. Don't fall asleep on Jesus.